think that quiet quitting is the answer. Before you start calling me a capitalist or something evil like that, let me get into the details of why quiet quitting is not good. You're spiting your own self, and it's literally going to hurt you in your career and your future. So quiet quitting is the new term for basically doing what you're getting paid to do, right? When you applied for that job, they gave you a one pager of things that they kind of want this role to do. You're staying committed to that one page for however many years you're at this job. You're not doing extra, you're not giving more, you're literally just doing what you're told. I saw something that said, if you're doing exactly what you're being told to do, you are just a slave to your job description, or a slave to your job, period, right? And I agree with that. You're not gonna challenge yourself if you're doing exactly what they're telling you to do. You're not gonna be able to command a higher salary if your skills are not getting refined. And this is exactly what keeps people broke and poor. What does Apple do every single year? They come out with a new iPhone. They will add just one little extra camera and boom, new phone. Imagine they were still on the iPhone 8. Would you guys really be still messing with Apple? Probably not, because that shit is old and tired. In school, when you're in a certain grade, you got passing grades for that grade, you make it to the next level. If you never get new skills past that level, you're not going to be able to advance to the next year, right? Every single year in school, you have to learn more so you can get advanced to the next level. It's the same thing in real life. There is no such thing as maintaining. If you are doing the same thing you did last year, you are falling behind. Very similar to somebody in high school who's doing the same thing at 9th grade. They're going to stay in 9th grade, and what once was on target is now you look a little slow, right? So I personally believe that quiet quitting is shooting yourself in the foot, cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's not conducive to a successful life for you. And honestly, if you got to the point in your job where you feel like you don't want to do anything else because they're not giving you a reason to, you should probably leave. Work should be creating an environment that kind of excites you, right? Which I know that sounds crazy because most jobs don't do that. And I'm kind of a little bit biased because I finally found a job that I feel really motivates me, and I actually get up, not looking forward to it, but I feel like I'm actually adding something, adding value to the company. That's how work should feel. My past jobs, I feel like I could have been quiet quitting, right? I wasn't really stimulated. They weren't really giving me much to really go off of. And I was getting basic 3% raises, nothing to really talk about, right? I felt a little lethargic because these jobs weren't really giving me anything to look forward to. I was just doing the same boring, mundane thing. If your jobs are just putting you in a box or expecting you to perform more for the same pay, that's not the place for you to be in, sweetheart. I'm not telling you to go above and beyond for no pay. I never said that. But you need to be in an environment and in a corporation that actually supports people moving up and financially acknowledges you for your efforts. I don't want a certificate. I don't want Employee of the Week. No, thank you. Pay me. But what happens is you end up falling into the trap. You think you're sticking it to the man by quiet quitting, but you're really doing exactly what they want you to do. They being the weird powers of the world, right? You're getting stuck. If you don't do more, you're not going to get paid more, right? They're probably going to give you that same little 3% maintaining. So in other words, if your income is not really changing, it's not maintaining. You're getting paid cuts because we know inflation is whooping our ass right now. My suggestion is to actually do some extra work. Do not be a slave to your job description because you're going to literally hate your job. If you could find ways to add value to the company, maybe you'd feel a bit better. And if they don't financially compensate you for that, you have to go. I've changed jobs every 2 to 3 years if I don't see that I'm putting in effort and it's not being financially compensated. These corporations will carve out a budget for salaries, most of which is just like a 3% raise. They'll identify people who they're gonna promote and they'll give them more, right? But normally it's just kind of capped, okay? When somebody quits and they need to fill a position in the marketplace 9 times out of 10 will be higher than what they was gonna pay your ass if you stood there. So join the marketplace. Your job's gonna keep on giving you 3% a year, but they cannot give people who are looking for that same role in the marketplace that little sorry 3% because they're not being competitive. They don't have to be competitive when you're staying there because they figure they already got you. Similar to relationships, right? When the man got you and the woman got you, they get comfortable. Jobs get comfortable too. And you cannot allow them to get comfortable because our bills are getting very uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but my bills is going crazy. So add value to your jobs in the way that you can. Track everything down in your resume. I literally have a folder in my job saying like my notable work, things that I would want to put on my resume. And if your job doesn't recognize those things and compensate for you for it, just leave. That's it. Don't quiet quit, really quit. Okay, get up out of there. You have to give yourself that raise, okay? Inflation is at 8%, and that's what they're telling us. It's normally worse than that. You guys seen, I calculate the inflation for you. Mine was in the double digits, okay? You have to give yourself a raise. You'll do that by commanding a higher salary for your skills or going out there and making your own money on a side business. Watch this video here for all the side hustles that I have done and which pay the best. Mwah. Keep your money up.